2, 1. I'm going to say, hey, everybody. Welcome to Triple D Hot Takes. We got Kyle Dieter, Garrett Dieter, and myself, Hank Dietert. And we're glad you could join us. So, Kyle, take it away.
Okay, today we're going to talk about the overall Sweet 16 breakdown and like what's all going on with March Madness and the crazy stories out there and all the hype and all the players and basically just the madness. And it's going to be crazy. So, okay, first off, I want to talk about, I don't know if you really want to count it as your Cinderella story, but I want to talk about a crazy team as in Arkansas. Arkansas is the only number 10 seed. Okay, so it goes from, oh my God, it goes from 7, I want to say, or it goes from 6 to them, which there isn't much left of seeding as they're the highest. Okay, sorry. They're the highest over. Arkansas is on a hot streak, and I really like watching Arkansas, and Arkansas is just killing it. But okay, we're gonna start off we're gonna go by region and break down each region and talk about like the key players and like how they did in the last 2 games and how their stats were really. So the first game we're gonna talk about is the Auburn and Michigan game. So my first intake on the Auburn and Michigan game is talking about the efficiency of like the offense and stuff for Auburn. Auburn has a great offense, and they're killing it. They're capitalizing on tons of steals and just great movement of the ball and great shooting. Really, it's just outstanding, and their rebounding is just phenomenal. They're averaging 41.5 rebounds per game, which is crazy stat, which is phenomenal. And they're getting great boards on defense, and their defense is really surprising me about Auburn. Is just their defense really shocked me, which is really outstanding. Garrett, do you want to apply anything?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I was just gonna say hello, everyone. First off, the tournament's been crazy. It's been very enthusiastic, very fun, just like it is every year. When you talked about like Arkansas being a Cinderella team, yeah, they're the highest ranked seed. That's a really cool story what they're doing over there, and that coach that came over from Kentucky, I believe, I forgot his name off the dome. But yeah, no, it's very exciting stuff. Before we get too far into the Auburn-Michigan matchup, we got to give a big shout out to McNeese. McNeese won the first round, upset Clemson. I called it. I don't know if anyone that watched last week. I called that. So just saying, go Pokes. That was really good for the school, really good for the university and the town of Lake Charles. So shout out to McNeese before we get too far into this. But yeah, no, I was very impressed with Auburn. Auburn played well in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, like you said, their offense, the rebounding really stuck out to me for sure. Because, I mean, the rebounding was killer for Auburn. And, I mean, even their points in the paint, they got the bigs playing down low pretty well, especially the first 2 games in the tournament. So I would think that Auburn's going to continue to thrive, especially down low in the paint, defensively, and attacking the boards. So, yeah. Anything else on Auburn you would like to add there, Kyle?
Yeah, which is really shocking because March Madness it's like it comes down to whoever has the most amount of turnovers most likely will not win. You gotta control the ball, which Auburn is doing a great job with that. They have 9.5 turnovers per game, which is very good for college basketball, especially for March Madness because anything can happen. So it's phenomenal how they're doing. But I really want to. Since Garrett talked about McNeese, okay, I kind of want to take a step back and talk about how somebody fumbled the bag. Texas, bro. Like, come on.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started
on the
program. That. Oh, my God. Yeah, that Texas game was so upsetting. They were in control of that game, majority of that game, and they let Xavier come back. Xavier got in the tournament, but they win the first round and then end up losing to a pretty solid Kentucky team, so. I was a little disappointing.
Yeah, but hey, the funniest thing I know about it is Texas turns around, they fire their head coach, and then they hire Xavier's head coach as the basketball coach for Texas. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I was like, that's wild.
Can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, no, usually it's the other way around, but they flipped it around. Like, come on. Okay, yeah.
Pretty
So
funny.
let's talk. We could talk about go to Auburn's key player, one of their key players, which we talked about last time, how he's the first team All-American, which is Johnny Brumey or Brommy. I don't know. Brumey. Yeah. I don't know really his last name. Everybody's not good at names, so you don't know how it is. They've been really shutting him down, really, which is crazy to watch. They have really just he has not done very well as supposed to be a star athlete, and I'm just kind of shocked a little bit. But he's doing good on rebound. That's the only thing I see. Really.
The stat that really stands out there is his rebounds. I mean, he's got 12 rebounds against Creighton, 11 against Alabama State. I mean, he's not putting up the points like he was during the regular season, but I think he's still contributing to the team, especially on the boards, at a pretty high level. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to expect him to pick it up and start putting up some more points these next few rounds of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. And the way that they are going to have to pick up is his leadership is probably amazing. Like, a lot of guys probably look up to him, and his leadership is probably going to be great for the next couple of games if they keep winning like they have been, which is going to be awesome to watch. But, yeah, let's talk about – you ready to talk about some Michigan? Your favorite team?
No.
I hate Michigan.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? But yeah, no. I mean, Michigan looks strong. I was kind of impressed. I was hoping they would get upset, but I mean, they played well their first two games. I mean, their offense was putting up, good stats, very strong in rebounds as well. So that'll be interesting to see that matchup when it comes to attacking the boards between Auburn and Michigan. Good teamwork. Defense was strong. Michigan's got a strong defense. 2 steals, 4 blocks per game, and then the turnovers is what I think would hurt them the most when it comes to Michigan's overall team play. They do give up the ball. They do tend to give the ball up a lot, but they usually make up for it in the rebounds and the points in the paint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. This is shocking to me right now is Michigan's great in the paint. Inside the paint, they're really strong. They're scoring 36 points in the paint per game, which is phenomenal. So they must got some bigs in the paint doing some work, working around that paint. But yeah,
they barely escaped that.
Yeah.
No, I was saying they barely escaped that UC San Diego team, man. It was close. It was a close one. So.
Oh yeah, which is kind of shocking because then they turn around and then they make A&M look bad, which is kind of bad for them. But hey, that's what March Madness does to
there. Yeah. Poor Aggies were not looking good against Michigan. Oof. That's a toughie. It's tough for my bracket.
Michigan. Yeah. Michigan is going to be a team to stick out and watch, I think. But they really kicked it on the second game. The first game looked a little rough. But
that was a rough one for them. I was pulling against them. But yeah. They pulled it out.
Yeah. And then after beating a tough A&M team, it's just like, you never know. A&M seem like they have their up and downs, but it definitely seemed like a pretty put together A&M team, definitely, that they beat up on.
Yeah, A&M was definitely a good team. I mean, solid team. I mean, A&M beat Auburn late in the season, so A&M definitely had a good basketball team, and they just couldn't hang with Michigan's offense, putting up 91 points. I mean, that's pretty solid, especially in college basketball. So, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Who do you got?
Hey, who do I got winning?
Yeah, who do you got winning this one now?
I got Auburn. Oh.
Yeah, I got Auburn winning this one.
This one might be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Auburn.
I think it'll be close, but I think Auburn will win by 8 or 9. That's my prediction.
I ain't really going off my... Okay, so ESPN does a thing after all the brackets fell. You add there's a second challenge, and most people try doing it, but usually after March Madness, the main bracket has done a lot of people just give up. They're like, yeah, well, just stick to their original, right? But I got Auburn winning for sure against Michigan because no one likes Michigan.
Yeah, give me Auburn all day.
Yeah. Okay. Well. We didn't even talk about Michigan's key player, which was Golden. Golden's a phenomenal athlete. He's amazing.
Hey, say his first name.
God, I do not know how to say his first name. Hey, y'all can comment No, y'all can't really comment because you're not saying it. That's crazy. But yeah, yes, Golden's is a key player, and he's been doing phenomenal. 23 points against A&M is crazy. And he played 32 minutes in that game against A&M.
Yeah, 12 rebounds.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're ready to step on to the next game?
Yeah, right, let's go to the next
one. To number 6 Ole Miss versus number 2 Michigan State. Okay, let's talk about how Ole Miss is dominate, strong in offense. They're scoring they're averaging 28 field goals made per game with a combined field goal percentage of approximately 51.3 percentage. Their three-point shooting was excellent, averaging 9.5 made three-pointers per game with a combined three-point percentage of roughly 48.7%. Their free throw shooting was solid at 70.4%, which is crazy. Their offense has been just killing it. Oh, yeah. Ole Miss, dude, is one of the shocking teams right now for me, I think. Because the way that they've been putting up some numbers is crazy.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, this Ole Miss team definitely impressed me. Yeah.
Hey, their first game was tough, dude. They played a good UNC. After watching UNC play their game to get in, we were like, oh God. Like, I for sure thought they were gonna do pretty good. Like, make a deep run.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely had UNC. I had North Carolina beating Iowa State or beating Ole Miss, and yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, my fault. I underestimated this Ole Miss team. I think this Ole Miss team played very well against North Carolina. They really held their ground. I mean, North Carolina, I think, came back and made it close at the end of it, but Ole Miss pretty much had that game in control the whole time. And then even against Iowa State, which I thought Iowa State was going to be a decent team, you know, I thought Iowa State was going to have a chance to make a little run for it. But, yeah, no, Ole Miss has really impressed me. You know, yeah, like you said, that three-point shooting at 48.7% is really good, especially in, you know, this day and age. So, yeah, this Ole Miss team is definitely not a team to sleep on, that's for sure. I mean, they come from the SEC. We know the SEC had a good bit of teams show out for sure in this tournament.
Yeah, phenomenal. And their turnovers is amazing for college basketball. Like we were talking about earlier, their turnovers is only 8.5 a game, which is very good for college basketball. And then their steals, though, is crazy. 8.5 per game, steals a game, which is really good, actually. If you really think about it, that is phenomenal. And that's probably where most of their points are contributing to, is probably their steals, which is great. Especially for college basketball, that's amazing. And then, what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. I forgot about it. Oh, yes, of course. I'm over here talking about UNC. Iowa State was just ranked, which is phenomenal because Iowa State, like, during the regular season was a phenomenal team, which I'm over here. I forgot all about them. I blew, like, right past them. Iowa State is a great team. That's a tough team to beat. Yeah.
Ole Miss blew right past them as well.
I got that.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal what they did to Iowa State. It's just crazy.
91 points against Iowa State is pretty impressive, for sure.
Oh,
That's not a super easy defense from the Cyclones. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about. Let's talk a little bit about this Michigan State team. They came in ranked number 2, looked solid at Big Ten. They won the first 2 games. You know, they took care of Marquette pretty decently, 75-66, and then also New Mexico State, yeah, New Mexico 63-71. So not a bad looking Michigan State team here, that's for sure. What do we see here? Very strong in rebounding, 44 rebounds per game. That's a very, very big increase for this team, averaging almost 5 steals and 5 blocks per game. That playing well defensively, and then I think their offensively is solid enough to keep them in the game and keep them scoring a lot of points. So that's what you want to see, especially in the tournament. I think Michigan State's going to have a solid attempt to make a good run here. They got a tough Ole Miss team, which I feel like this game's going to be another close one. It could go either way, but I think Michigan State's going to have a very good possibility of seeing Auburn in the next round. So yeah, what do you think about this Michigan State team, Kyle?
Hey, it's gonna be a good one. I'm telling y'all, this is the game to watch. Yeah, no, I got Ole Miss winning this one, man. Ole Miss is gonna be. I got Ole Miss upsetting them. Actually, yes. What are you gonna say? Not so fast or what? No.
I like
Not
the
so
Ole
fast.
Miss too.
Oh, okay.
Ole Miss is
Yeah.
crazy
Ole
in
Miss.
scoring. If they keep scoring the way that they have been, then I got Ole Miss.
I think Michigan State's defense is going to be a little tougher for them to score on. So I wouldn't. I don't think I'm gonna. I could see them putting up 90 on Mississippi State, or Michigan State. But no, I got Michigan State in this one. I picked them in my first bracket. Them and Auburn to be. Actually, I had A&M, but I picked them to be going to the Elite Eight. So I'm sticking with Michigan State, and I think they're going to do enough to pull this out. But yeah, like I said, another close one for sure. Closer than the experts think.
Oh yeah, nah. If this key player for Ole Miss keeps scoring the way he's scoring, is phenomenal. Oh my God, y'all may have to correct me on this the way I pronounce it, but I'm guessing it's Sean Padula. I don't even know how to say that. But yeah, no, he's been scoring
Sean
20.
Padula,
Padula.
Yeah, he's been scoring 20 points a game. Right now, he's scored 20 in the first game and then 20 in the second game, and he's been playing well over 35 minutes per game, which is crazy to think of. That's a lot.
a bit.
But if he keeps scoring the way he does, he'll do really good.
Yeah,
so look out for that dude.
His free throw percentage is good. His field goal percentage is. I mean, he's basically shooting 50% from the field, or field goal percentage. So I mean, that's solid numbers.
Yeah. So wait, oh yeah, you already said Michigan State because their defense, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, give me Michigan State.
Yeah, who else but a Big Ten team?
Yeah, give me the Big Ten over SEC in this one.
No, SEC. I don't even like
maybe
all
for
this.
the next game. Now the next game, I'll be completely opposite when we look at this next one.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yo. No. All right, next up, we got the number 1 seed Florida versus the number 4 Maryland team, which Maryland, it's kind of crazy to think of. Maryland's here, but yeah, Maryland made it.
Old Terps.
Surprised.
Terps, bro.
Yeah, because I know their football team didn't get it done. But no.
Well, neither did Florida's.
Hey, at the end, they were putting it together. They beat LSU. I can't even
They were
talk about
getting
that,
it.
but yeah, they did.
They play well in the second half of the season. Didn't they beat Ole Miss as well or something? Anyways.
Somehow we always get the football. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, let's talk about we're going to start it off with Florida and how dominant they've been doing. They've been crazy. So, which really stands out to me is their offense. Is them averaging 16 assists per game, which is showing very great ball movement, like on multiple levels, just moving the ball and really getting the job done by great teamwork and just moving the ball around really and just scoring, putting the points in and doing great.
Mm-hmm.
And their turnovers, they're averaging 12 turnovers per game, which see that's the thing that gets people in college. It's the turnovers, but it's like what determines really like is what you're gonna do with the turnover. If you're just gonna throw it away again, you gotta have better ball control, I think, and like yeah, that's all I gotta say about Florida, really. But Florida's been doing really good. They've just been dominating.
Yeah. And I mean, I hyped it up last week, and I'm still gonna hype it up. I think this Florida team is the team to beat. I mean, the way they control the game. I mean, they take leads early, and then they just keep control. I mean, they're averaging like the largest lead of 20 points for a good part of the game. I mean, they're a complete team. I said this last week. I'm gonna preach it again. I mean, they're a complete team all around. They have the bigs. They have the backcourt. They got the guys to spread the floor, score on the paint, and then also be able to shoot on the perimeter, and then they play solid defense. I think the first round for Florida, they took care of business, handled business. But the UConn game, that was a little bit of a scare for them. That UConn team was good. I mean, they're defending champions. They kept it close. They kept it close almost the whole game. Florida was able to come out with a win in that one, in a close one. But I think that kind of woke them up, and I think they're going to be ready to really finish this run in the tournament, and they're going to go deep. So that's my opinion on this Florida team. It's still the team to beat in my eyes, even though UConn kept it close.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just yeah, man. No one's stopping Walter Clayton Jr. This kid is phenomenal. Like he's scoring 23 points a game, and he's doing just well shooting and just he really brings the momentum for that team, especially against UConn. Against UConn, he definitely brought the momentum, and he went off like crazy.
Yeah.
And he's been just doing really good, and just I don't think anybody can stop this kid if he's having a great day. I don't think anybody can really get in his way.
I mean, look at his 3-point percentage, 62.5% from the 3-point line against UConn. I mean, that's huge. Like, you talk about big players making big moments in big games, and this is another example. I mean, he was shooting 85% from the free throw line and 62% from the 3-point line. That's impressive stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, that's crazy to think of, and especially being under pressure in that close of a game really brings out how good he could be under pressure and how he needs to take leadership and motivate his teammates to put some points up on the scoreboard and like keep going and don't let the momentum like change. So it's like it's really good to have a great leader like him on your team, really.
Well, Cooper says Maryland with the upset. Cooper Newman.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
Tell the old cousin. Ain't no way. Well, we haven't even
Not
talked
so
about
fast.
Maryland yet.
I'm sorry, Garrett.
Yeah,
I
not
stepped
so
on you.
fast.
No, you're good. All right, Kyle, when we look at this Maryland team, yeah.
Yeah, not so
Dude, very
fast,
solid.
man.
Very solid Maryland team. I mean, they beat Grand Canyon easily. I mean, pretty handily. Grand Canyon wasn't a bad team. Grand Canyon had a great record coming in the tournament. And then they faced a tough Colorado State team, who, if I'm not mistaken, Colorado State upset your Memphis boys. So, yeah, sorry.
Okay, we're not talking about that.
I mean, I'm just saying you were preaching Memphis, and they couldn't beat Colorado State. So,
Hey, I wanted Memphis to do good. They had the number 3 best player in the nation, and I was like,
no,
but he was not hot at all. Oh my god, he did horrible.
yeah, but this Colorado State team was good though, and I mean they 72-71 down to the wire with this Maryland team, and I mean I knew Maryland was good coming out of the Big Ten. I knew that, yeah, as a whole, as a team, they really held it together, or like really have a complete team as well. I mean they're averaging, solid numbers in pretty much every category. Yeah, I mean the problem with Maryland, I feel, is like they're putting up 12 fouls per game. So to me, that's kind of a lot. So I think Florida's really good at drawing fouls and really good at getting to the free throw line. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if Maryland getting into some foul trouble maybe early on in the second half, having some key players that are having to take some time out because they're in foul trouble. So, but I think this Maryland team is good. I don't know if they're going to be good enough to beat this Florida team. So yeah, Kyle, what are your thoughts?
Oh God, hey, their offense is phenomenal and like turnover or not preventing, not giving the ball away. They've only had 7 turnovers per game, which is great stat to have. Like that's phenomenal. I think that's one of the lowest out of any
Yeah, that's
other
the lowest we've
team
seen so far.
left.
Yeah.
That's like great ball control and everything. Like ball security, there it is. Ball security is great. But no, the thing that's really shocking to me right now is the fast break points. They're averaging 11 fast break points, which means that they can run at a great tempo and a great pace, which is very good because it allows them to score very quickly and to get ahead of their opponents in transition, really, which is awesome to see. Just that's outstanding, really. Average 11 fast break points is great. And yeah, they've been scoring. They've been capitalizing on 17 points off of turnovers per games, which is great to see. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I got to say about Maryland. But I still got Florida. But
Yeah, no, I think it'll be an interesting matchup, seeing if the Gators can take care of the basketball, not give up too many turnovers, and because this Maryland team is going to thrive off of turnovers. So if Florida gets in trouble early, where they're giving up the ball early way too much, that could be really scary for the Gators, and then allowing Maryland to score on the fast breaks, yeah, especially in transition. So I think that'll be an interesting matchup. I think Florida will pull away with this one, 12, 15 points, my prediction.
oh yeah,
Who
yeah.
you
No,
got, Dad?
Maryland's.
I'm going to go with Cooper Newber, and we're going to say Maryland with the upset. Hey, Florida almost lost in the last game,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
Yeah, but they were
That is
playing
very
a
true.
great coached UConn team that previously just won the national championship. UConn already knew was going to be decent.
Yeah, but
It wasn't like it's going to be a walk in the park.
no,
I
but
knew that
UConn
for
didn't have
Florida.
that. UConn didn't have that good season, and they just
That
started
is
getting
true.
together. I think towards the end of the season.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So
Hey, there was a couple other teams out there that haven't had a good season, but they've been doing good now. Like
All right, Kyle,
Arkansas.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your that team that I think, if I'm not mistaken, you actually go to school there.
Yeah, Texas
You
Tech.
might be close to the campus at the moment.
Hey, like I always say, or well, okay, actually, this is not going to be either way, but it's the battle of the red teams. It's the Red River rivalry. No, I'm joking. Oh, they're both red teams, and they're both going to go out. This is going to be a game. I really think this is going to be a great matchup. Arkansas. I could just jump straight into and talk about Arkansas the whole time. Arkansas is a phenomenal team, and I love actually watching Arkansas in basketball right now. It's just the way that they're like just motivated. The mood changes. Like it's just phenomenal how they take over a game when it's at the very end of the game, and it just changes, and they just start scoring like crazy, and it's phenomenal. Arkansas has been doing really good. Their shooting is amazing. They're all averaging about the same amount of points per game too. So they're equally passing the ball out to everyone. It's not like the same person is just getting the ball and shooting every time. Their star player. No, they've been doing a great job of moving the ball and just having great teamwork and capitalizing on that. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Arkansas I can talk about all day. Boy, we already know Texas Tech is back, baby. I'm ready for Texas Tech. I'm ready for Tech to bring home that net, and we're gonna party all night. Okay, Tech is my team to go all the way, and like I'm still riding Tech high. They still haven't proved me much wrong, really. Tech's been just doing a phenomenal job. They've been shooting well. It's crazy the way that they've been shooting. I was like, Darian Williams has not shot like that in a while, which is like our veteran, is basically our leader, basically our captain on the team, which I really like Darian Williams. And he finally came out and showed it against Drake. He put up 28 points against Drake, which is phenomenal. And he was shooting lights out. His free throw percentage was 100%. and I don't even know how
That's
many free
big.
throws he shot though. But
Big.
yeah,
Still.
hopefully it wasn't no like he shot like 2 free throws and that was it. But Darren Williams has been shooting lights out, and then JT Toppin is the story right now. He's the number one. Last time I looked, he came in as a transfer, overall 25th as a transfer in basketball in the nation ranked. Now he's number 1 in the rankings in the nation right now for transfers, which he's phenomenal. He put up 25 points against Drake, and he's been just shooting lights out like crazy. He's been shooting great, and his rebounds are amazing. His rebound in the first game was 11, and then the second game he had 12 rebounds, which I could talk about Tech all day, and Tech is my team to go all the way, and I love watching Tech. Their atmosphere, and you already know the fans are driving all the way up there. Like this is going to be a game. This is worth it right here. This is the game, I think. I really like Tech winning for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, like you covered about Arkansas. The thing that stood out for me about this Arkansas team, I mean, they played excellent in the tournament. They've really shocked a lot of people. I mean, they upset, St. John's, and I mean, they upset them by a good little bit. I mean, it was a close game, but they beat the St. John's, beat a Kansas team. I mean, and everybody knows Kansas is a basketball school. Everybody knows about Kansas. But yeah, like the thing that stood out to me is just this Arkansas is playing completely like a complete team. They move the ball well. They score in the paint. They play good defense. The only thing that they're kind of lacking on and struggling with, especially these last 2 games, was their 3-point shooting wasn't there, which I think is really going to hurt them against this Tech team. But yeah, no, I mean Arkansas's played great so far. I'm with you, man. I'm all about the Red Raiders right now. Like, give me Tech. And Drake upset Mizzou. Drake was a great team. We talked about them last week how they had a great possibility of upsetting Missouri. They did. And then they come in against Drake and they handle business for sure. Tech, put it on them. You talk about J. Toppin putting up 25 points and Darian Williams put up 28 against Drake. And I mean, it's just like, see the way that Tech plays. They're very good at adapting to who they're playing, and they're very good at just being all around a good basketball team. So I like Tech. I like Tech winning this game. I like Tech hopefully making it far. I mean, I know a few people from Texas Tech, so I'm pulling for the Red Raiders. My question for you, Kyle, is like, how's campus? Is there like a sense of like, do people know that what's going on? That Tech's got a chance to win this? Is there a little bit of energy going around campus life?
Yeah, how we're looking at it right now is their only hope to win a national championship on campus, probably.
No, y'all got some good teams, man. Y'all got some good softball teams and whatnot, but
but basketball, this is their year. Like they can actually pull it off. Like they just can't see how I see it is they just can't scoop down to their who they're playing against. They got to play above it and keep moving forward. You can't scoop down to Arkansas's level because I know this Tech team, their potential is very high.
Yeah,
and they were ranked like we talk about the regular season. I know a lot of people are like the regular season that doesn't matter, but in the regular season they beat a great Houston team. Y'all got to think about that. And we played Houston at their home
and beat them.
We pulled off a huge upset in a double overtime game because I remember that game because I was hanging out with friends watching it, but it was a great game. It was phenomenal. Which, if Tech plays like that again, no doubt they'll make it to the championship after they beat a tough Florida team.
Yeah, they're going to have to play. I think they'll play Florida in the next round, so that'll be an interesting one there. But yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I'm pulling for Tech. I think their ability to adapt to the different style of teams, as long as they play good fundamental basketball and stick to the basics, don't try to get too fancy. I think they can beat this Arkansas team because Arkansas is going to keep it simple. They're going to move the ball well. They're going to play fundamentally sound basketball, with their excellent head coach. So I think that's the kind of – don't try to get too crazy with this kind of matchup here. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's my take.
Well, I didn't even talk – well, I know we're skipping around a lot, but y'all bear with me, okay? But I know in Game 2, which was crazy, against Drake, Texas Tech in the paint put up 50 points. which is phenomenal in the paint. That's crazy. Like that's how you know we were definitely feeding the bigs, bro. They were getting fed well in that paint.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tech is, I think, the team to beat on this side of the bracket, on the two region side, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, we could discuss that
But
a
yeah.
little bit, later on in the show about who we got going where and where. But I think we're both got Tech. What do you got? What do you think over there, Mr. Dietert?
Yeah. We know
Mr.
that Tech's
Basketball?
going to take this. Arkansas's Cinderella run is over.
Congrats to them for making the Sweet 16, but that's as far as you're going.
That's right.
Who, Arkansas?
Uh,
Yeah, Arkansas, that's it.
Hey, but that's the team to watch out for the next couple of years. I think they're going to get some transfers in. They got that excellent head coach, and yeah, they're going to be a team to watch out in the next couple of years, but not this year.
Hey, I know I fooled you already, okay? But yeah, no, I'm not rooting for Tech. I'm rooting for Arkansas. No,
Get out of here.
make everybody mad on campus, probably.
This good.
All right. So now go to the next region. We got the East region to talk about we're going to talk about Duke and our number 1 Duke versus number 4 Arizona. This Duke team is one team to watch. I love watching Duke, but their shooting is phenomenal. Cooper Flag, man, is one crazy man, bro. That is one phenomenal athlete right there. To be a freshman is crazy. And like the way he's been doing good with his points and rebounds and especially his assists has been doing great. Passing the ball, making sure he's contributing the ball very good, and just everything. Garrett, you good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was wondering, is there a basketball?
Yeah, there is some basketball sound in the background. There's a little basketball dribbling, a little passing going on. We're about to hear some swoosh here in a minute.
Straight when I just hear this bouncing in the background.
Hey, kids, knock it off.
We're just having fun.
Go to bed.
I thought I was hearing things, man.
Hey, Garrett, go to bed.
At least you play basketball at 9 at night. Okay, go ahead. Duke and Cooper Flag.
Yeah, no, their efficiency, their offense is just great. They're averaging 57.2 from the field, and then they're averaging 46.1 from the 3-point range, and their excellent shooting. Okay, yeah, their accuracy is just crazy. They've been shooting lights out. Most of their accuracy's been just phenomenal for March Madness, at least. All the pressure and everything, their shooting is great. Their free throw, their averaging free throw is very strong. They're 78.8% from the free throw line as a team, which is amazing. Let's see. Their assist is amazing. 19.5 assists per game. High is very good ball movement and teamwork. They have 17 points off of the fast break per game. And points in the paint, they're averaging a good 33 points in the paint. But their balance of offense approach with both inside and outside scoring is just great. And their ball security is probably the thing that shocks me the most. They're averaging only 4 turnovers per game, which is crazy to think of. Garrett, what do you think about that stat?
Dude, no, that's insane. I mean, only giving up 4 turnovers a game. And, just looking at this Duke team and seeing how efficiently they're shooting the ball, the shot selection's extremely good, extremely high. And, I mean, they play well in transition. Their 4 turnovers a game is insane, man. That's like only making a mistake 4 times, and a whole basketball. That's impressive. I mean, this Duke team has looked strong in the tournament. they're oh man, they're gonna be extremely tough to beat. They're putting together the run that they were expecting. I mean, this with Duke coming in, they got the 1 seed. They were on a extremely hot streak. They're pretty much natty or bust, and so they're on the path to do it for sure right now. I mean, they're playing at a high elite level. I mean, only four
Oh yeah.
turnovers.
Yeah, that's
God, that's
crazy.
awesome.
Like, and
I,
that definitely defines the game. I think it's just that's crazy. I really, if you can
and they
control the
just
ball that much, is amazing.
I mean, you look at all their stats in general; they're just putting up insane numbers. They're playing at just an extremely high level.
Yeah,
They scored 93
like
points the first, 89 the second game, like against Baylor and against whoever MSM is again. I don't even remember because it was such a blowout. You just don't even remember. But yeah, and Baylor wasn't bad
oh
either. Baylor
yeah,
was a good basketball team, and they put up 80. It was 89 to 66 against Baylor. So I mean, this team, I wasn't expecting them to do as well as they did. I mean, I expected them to do well, but man, they're really like playing lights out. So yeah, very impressed. Very impressed with Duke. They might go far in my second
yeah.
chance bracket now.
Like they say, overall performance was dominant. They just dominated. They put on a clinic. That's what we like to say.
Oh yeah,
They put
yeah.
on a clinic.
I'll definitely put that film on and take some notes if I'm trying to be a basketball player. That's cool.
Oh yeah, like any day of the week for sure. Like they were probably having so much fun out there by being up by that much. They were probably just started having some fun with it. Like it's awesome to see. Probably they probably felt like the Globetrotters out there just having some little fun.
Yeah. All right, let's
But
go to
yeah,
Arizona. Yeah,
yeah,
Arizona.
the real big dogs, right?
Uh,
Arizona. I don't really know. Arizona's really gonna be. I think
Well,
they're gonna get killed.
well, we have another Cooper joining us that says Duke wins it all.
hey, it's Cooper Flag.
No, Cooper gets it.
Cooper Flag would be crazy.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah. But
Getsy,
the way you
man.
timed that, the way you timed that down was like, we got another Cooper Flag.
yeah, nope, he's not joining us tonight. But somebody even
Darn.
better, Cooper Getsky.
Oh, Getsky, man. That's awesome.
Phenomenal athlete.
yeah, why ain't he playing for Duke
Great
right now?
athlete.
Yeah,
No,
he's a shooter.
he's a shooter. yeah. All right, back to Arizona.
Oh yeah, Arizona. God, I don't really know much about this team, but hey, their rebounds, they're putting up 48.5 rebounds per game. And their ability to control the possession and the limit of opportunities on the second chances is just crazy. And they get 6 steals per game, indicating a solid defense presence. So they got a really good defense standout. They got 12.5 turnovers per game, which is not very great, but it's not very bad either because I've seen way higher percentage of turnovers. But all I would say for their turnover and just not throwing the ball away really is just having better, like improving their, so they have less turnovers. Basically, great ball control and not get too big headed and keep the game to very just bare minimum. Basically, not trying to try anything too fancy or anything that they've never really done before. Just stick to them and just how they play ball, and I think they will do great. But that's all I got to say about Arizona.
Yeah, no, this Arizona team, they've looked well in the tournament. They played very well. The thing that scares me about this Arizona team, and like the thing I would watch out for, point shooting, or just their shooting in general, but especially their 3-point shooting. Arizona can make a lot of threes. They can shoot a lot of threes. It's one of their strengths coming into the tournament and playing the first couple games is they shoot the ball well. They play overall pretty decent, but their scoring from the 3-point range is something that if they can get hot, they can have a chance to keep up and contend with Duke. Just that's like if they can get hot, but like the thing that scares me the most about this Arizona team is their free throw shooting. I don't know if you touched on that as much, but the free throw shooting seemed pretty weak, and then they do give up the ball like you were talking about, and so that's what kind of scares me about Arizona. But I mean, they put up 87 points against a good Oregon team. It was 87-83 in a close one, and then what is it, Akron? It was
Oh
93-65.
yeah.
So I mean, they're putting up insane numbers. We got Caleb Love here, an Arizona player, that he put up 29 points against Oregon, and he was shooting the 3 point. He was shooting 71.4% from the 3 point line, which is insane, and also 55% from a field goal percentage. So I mean, this guy's making shots, making the big plays when they need them, and so yeah, that's the big thing that Arizona. Like if they can get hot shooting the three, then they'll be a really deadly team for Duke. But is it going to be enough? I just I don't see that happening.
Hey, you stole the words from me. I was going to talk about Caleb Love too, and just like preach about him,
Yeah,
how good, phenomenal player against,
29
yeah,
points,
especially against
man.
Akron. Yeah, to go from Akron to him only making 10 points to him, and they blew Akron out of the water. Think about it. But I'm just thinking about it, like in the back of my head, I was like, was he injured or something? So he didn't play as much, but I don't know.
Well, he did have
But
less minutes.
but he only put up 10 against Akron, and then all of a sudden he plays against Oregon. It's a very close game. He comes in and for 37 minutes and puts up 29 points. To go from 10 points to 29 is phenomenal, especially under pressure in a very close game too. It's just phenomenal for Caleb Love, and expect him to do great things when you're watching him play. He's a phenomenal athlete, and hey, just look out. He might change the mood of the game. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, Cooper Newman comments on that and said, Caleb Love is Duke's nightmare.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hey, you know
Oh, really?
there's a chance this man gets hot. I mean, obviously shooting 71% from the 3 point line. I mean, he can get hot again, just like he did against Oregon, and this could be a very close game, scary game for Duke. But with that being said, I do find this an interesting matchup. I have Duke winning 10,
All
12,
right.
15-point win for
Yeah, I went
Duke.
Duke.
Not so fast.
Uh-oh.
Cooper Newman. Hey, y'all still gotta worry. Y'all still gotta worry about Cooper Flag, dude. This kid has not reached his potential yet. He's not showing us everything still, guys. I think they're hiding something in this kid. This kid is gonna come out. I'm telling y'all. He has phenomenal leadership, even though he's a freshman. And he's gonna come out in this game if it's close or maybe down. If they're down or something, he's gonna bring it. I'm telling. Cooper Flag is gonna be their nightmare, and I got Duke winning.
Yeah. And I mean, I could see it being close, especially going in the second half and early on in the second half, but I think they'll turn it on when they need to turn it on. So.
No.
All right, let's
So
go next.
to the good old Mormons. Yo. Yeah. Time to
They
talk
take
about
on
number
the
6.
Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Number 6 BYU versus number 2 Alabama. Roll Tide, roll. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I hate talking about Bama, but hey, it's all for March Madness. Okay, anything for March Madness, bro. We all love March Madness, so it's like it brings out the energy in all of us. Like I love it.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
March Madness
BYU
opinions are different than football opinions. Anyways,
Oh yeah.
continue.
Oh yeah, BYU is phenomenal team. Like BYU's been shooting great, shooting amazing actually. Especially the numbers that they put up against Wisconsin was crazy. But the thing to look at while just looking at points really to me is just like determining anything. If you're going to allow them to put up 89 points against you, you got to worry about their defense now for BYU. If they're allowing that many points is crazy, but to put up 91 points is amazing, especially in college basketball. Like to put up that much points is crazy, I think, in my personal opinion. But yeah, they've been getting 16.5 assists per games, so very good movement of the ball and unselfish play, really. And then Their defense has been averaging good 5.5 steals and 4 blocks per game, showing a decent defense overall. They've been consistent in strength, and their inside scoring with an impressive 38 points per game in the paint. So that's phenomenal scoring from the paint. So they're definitely working it. Like, to me, I would believe in that. Thinking of BYU right now, I would think that they're mostly outside shooters shooting like crazy and making them just to make the points, because how to win the game is scoring. And I believe that they're running a great tempo, BYU. They're really playing a sloppy defense and just trying to maintain just higher points than the other team and just staying above so they don't get down or anything. And that's how I feel about BYU. Yeah, you got anything you want to say about BYU?
Yeah, BYU surprised me for sure. I picked them losing the first round. I'm not gonna lie. They surprised me. I hated on them last week, so now I can say I'm sorry. BYU's playing a lot better, so my fault to the BYU fans out there. Anyways, yeah, no, I think they've showed up in the tournament really well. They're playing really well. They're shooting the ball, playing great offense. I mean, putting up 91 points against Wisconsin is impressive. I mean, we all knew Wisconsin was a strong offensive team. And so Wisconsin scoring 89 is not surprising, but the fact that BYU was able to score 91, and then even VCU, that game kind of went down to the wire, 80-71. And so I like looking at this BYU team. They're definitely battle tested, and they've gotten hot at the right time. They've gotten hot when it came to these first 2 rounds of the tournament. You know, I think they got a very interesting matchup here against this Alabama team, which Alabama's a hard-nosed, physical, very strong defensive basketball team, and that could shoot well. So I think they're going to have a very interesting matchup when it comes to taking on the all Alabama Crimson Tide. But it'll be very interesting. Yeah, but very impressed with BYU so far at the beginning of this tournament. And now, we go ahead. Alabama.
Oh, well, I wanted to talk about this BYU player that no one's really been talking about much is Richie. Oh my God, I'm gonna slaughter his last name, but I want to say Saunders. Yeah, it's something weird. But this kid has been putting up some great numbers. His free throw percentage in both games were at 100% from the free throw line. And in the Wisconsin game, he had 75% from the three-point line. And he put up 25 points in the Wisconsin game. So look for this kid to make some plays against Bama. Like, he's definitely one of their leaders. But I believe in this kid, and this kid might be able to get the job against Bama. He might be able to get it done. But yeah, this Bama team is exciting. I like this Bama team to go pretty far. All these red teams, I feel like, are just going to go far. Like, if we just had to do a bracket on red teams, they would go all the way. They would go all the way. Like, straight up.
So Wisconsin.
That's how I feel. God, the Badgers.
Badgers. Anyways.
Go for it, G. What do you got to say
about
Bama?
No, I mean, Alabama, strong offense for sure. I mean, man, they're just all around. Good team. Their three-point percentage was a little lower. But, you know, I just think Alabama's very physical, very fundamental basketball team that plays well with each other, good ball movement. They're able to find the open shooters and then take advantage of those open shots. And then defensively, yeah, they're locked up on you. They're playing tight coverage. It's a good fundamental basketball team. I mean, they're getting almost 6 blocks per game. It's a pretty high number for sure. And, I mean, they turn over the ball a little bit, you know, and, you know, they still average a good amount of assists and rebounds and scoring in the paint. But, yeah, I think the physicality and the way they play good fundamental basketball is what's kind of going to separate them away from BYU. BYU's got a chance of getting very hot and shooting very well, but I think this Alabama defense isn't going to let them to have some of those easy shots and take some of those easy threes. So, yeah, what are you thinking about this Alabama?
Hey, which comes to mind right now, just looking at some good stats and everything. Bama is shooting great inside the paint. They're averaging 49 points per game, which is phenomenal. They're feeding their bigs. They're scoring great down low. Like, hey, their bigs are eating good with some good points. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, don't forget about Bama's first team All-American. They got Mark Sears is a great, phenomenal athlete, but he didn't look so hot against St. Mary's College. I'm guessing, yeah, St. Mary's, which he only put up 12 points. But in the RMU game, he put up 22 points. But yeah, now this kid's phenomenal, and I really don't think he's really shown it yet. But just look out for him to show it in this game. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on this dude to do great against BYU.
Yeah. All right, who you got?
But yeah,
picked win this one? BYU or
ain't nothing but the
Alabama?
Tide.
Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with the Tide. I think they got this one.
Yeah, I think I'm taking Alabama. Sad thing is, man, we haven't picked too many big upsets going too far in this Sweet 16. I don't know. I feel like now you're getting to the point where it's like some of the better teams are really stepping up. I mean, it's gonna be close games, but I think that some of these better teams are gonna really step up.
Yeah, no, like what I really didn't talk about earlier was like at the beginning of it, was like there really isn't like any outstanding Cinderella stories at this point. It's just been all consistent, basically, like what everybody basically knew of almost, except for Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean we've had some big like first round upsets, but during that second round, I think that like I said, the better teams, the teams you expected to win, kind of really pulled through and showed out. A couple were close. No, don't get me wrong. There was some good games. Some scared fans out there, but for the most part, they took care of business. Just like this next team that we're talking about, the team I think will have a good shot at winning it all, the University of Houston.
Yep.
Oh, you got them to go all the way?
Who knows?
Yeah, I do.
Who knows?
I do. Yeah, so this next game, we look at the Midwest region, Houston and Purdue. All right, Kyle, what's some of these stats here on this Houston team?
Hey, Houston, like we talked about last video, was Houston's defense is just phenomenal. They're crazy. They're like something you see in like they're putting on a clinic. Their defense is phenomenal. But it's just like what we were talking about last video was their offense is finally coming around and they're finally making shots. So now adding a adding a decent shooting team with their elite defense is just going to be hard to stop this team. It's just, I don't think anybody can really stop this team on this side of the bracket except for Duke. But Houston's just a phenomenal team overall. Like, I like the way they play and like their ability to like lead in the games is just crazy. And the way that they're able to shut out a game is just phenomenal. But yeah, no, what do you got to talk about for Houston, Garrett?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love this Houston team. I'm such a big believer in it. Their defense is elite. I mean, defense wins championships. And I still back that. They averaged 9 steals per game. Like, that's insane in these last 2 games. 9 steals a game. And of course they averaged at least 10 fast break points. I mean, yeah, they averaged a good amount of fast break points. Looking at their stats and everything, I think Houston's offense is very solid. It's nothing that stands out crazy numbers. It's definitely not on the lower end. They're very what I would say, slightly above average offensive team. But this defense is creating so many mishaps, so many turnovers. And so they're able to score on the fast break. They're able to score in transition. They're able to get points up just by just based off of how well their defense is playing. So I love their defense. And so I think they're like when we talk about a well complete and controlled team, I mean they score, but they also score because they stop the other team so much. I mean, even looking at Gonzaga played them close, which got scary there towards the end, but we all know Gonzaga's a good basketball team. I mean, it went down 81-76. So Houston's still able to put up over 80 points against teams, and then their first round they won that one pretty easily. So yeah, big fan of Houston. Yeah. Anything to add there,
Yeah,
Kyle?
Houston's just yeah. There's one kid I can talk about now against Gonzaga. It's all see. What's weird to me is all the games that everybody's just under pressure, or like it's very close game, and like they gotta like keep the lead or like come back to make it like to win the game, and all these like LJ Cryer is phenomenal. He put up 30 points against Gonzaga, and it's just crazy to think of because a 30 points is a lot for one player.
Yeah. No, definitely.
That's crazy. He's look for him to be very good in this next game.
Yeah, I mean, he was shooting. Yeah, he was shooting 100% from the free throw line. Put up 30 points. And it's just exciting stuff. Like, I mean, we talked about, not that many Cinderella teams. It's because you have big time players stepping up when these games matter, when these games get close. Like LJ Cryer, we talked about a few other players from other teams, and it's just awesome to see these big time players step up in these big time moments and making plays and kind of taking off and setting themselves apart. Just like the Tech player, and there was a few other players that we've already discussed. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but that's just what popped in my mind. Big time players make big moments. Or
I
just think players play well in big moments. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just think it's crazy because it's all these close games where the players are really just got ice in their veins and they're just going at it. Somehow they're just taking off and doing really good. I'm just like, they got the ice in the veins. Well, that's crazy though to think of. It's just, it's just weird because all these teams that they play before that are just really bad, I'm just like, are y'all just not playing those best players? Like just to make sure they stay like so they don't get hurt really because that you're going to win this first round. It's just weird to think of, and I'm just like all of a sudden they come out and they're just doing really good. Yeah. But let's talk about this Purdue team.
Yeah, that's Purdue all, man. What do you think about Purdue?
Hey, don't sleep. No, don't sleep. This Purdue team is phenomenal. Like they're shooting. I want to say inside the paint is amazing. Yeah, they're averaging inside the paint is 31 points in the paint per game, which I think is decent. But I for sure thought it was going to be higher than that. But they're doing great. They're averaging 43 total rebounds per game, so they're definitely getting some boards. Let's see. Their turnovers though is 13 turnovers per game, which is not very good. No. This is, a key area to improvement to limit the opportunities of scoring by the opponent, by the opposite team, really. It's just less turnovers and better ball control, I think. And if they could do that, then they can maybe keep up with Houston. But Houston's great at their defense, so watch out for that. That's what I would determine the game off of is definitely their turnovers. Because Houston, you already know their defense is elite. So if you're just going to keep turning it over as much as you're doing, it's just going to make them even better. So it's just like you got to control the ball.
100%.
A very elite defense. Like that's
you
how
definitely
I feel
can't
about
be putting
Purdue.
up. Purdue definitely can't be putting up turnovers against Houston. I'm not. I was a little sad that Purdue beat my McNeese team. But hey, McNeese won first round. Go Pokes. But the thing that stands out with me after watching that McNeese game and with Purdue, I mean they took control of the game pretty early. They got up pretty easily against McNeese. They moved the ball very well. They got the ball down low. I think they got a few dunks on us. It wasn't very But they were able to get the ball down low, get some dunks. They got some clutch threes in there. I mean, their offense isn't producing at an extremely high level. They only scored 76 and 75 the first two rounds. So it's nothing crazy. And then Purdue has also let the teams come back and make it closer. I know by 20 or more at one point in the second half, and McNeese came back, made it a little closer. But no, I was impressed by the Purdue team though about how their defense really stepped up. Their defense played solid, and so they made a lot McNeese and McNeese take a lot of bad shots. So this Purdue team is very good. And I think they'll have a chance if they can keep playing at a high defensive level and not give over the ball to keep up with Houston. I just don't. I think they're going to have to get hot and score a lot of threes or get the ball and keep scoring a lot in the paint. You know, just something where they're scoring a lot of points against Houston, which is extremely
Yeah.
difficult. I just don't see them beating Houston unless somehow they get a lot of momentum and they get super hot to start the game and kind of roll with that. So,
Yeah, nah,
yeah.
I agree with that. But hey, these two players for Purdue don't sleep. You got Trey. Okay, I don't even want to say his last name because it's pretty tough to read. But we
Hoffman
got
Ren?
Trey, which is Kaufman Ren. Is that
Ren.
what you said? Is that how you say his last name?
That's all I would
God.
say, yeah.
Yeah, but Trey Kaufman Ren, yeah, he's been doing well. And I think if him and Braden Smith put together a great 20-point each game, so 40 points alone just with them two, I think they'll do great with that. And I believe that those two kids can put up at least 45 points alone for that team if they get a great pace and a great momentum and can just move the ball up the court without getting too many turnovers and not so much sloppy play or anything. Like just keeping a great pace and not doing anything too fancy or anything. Just playing at their level, like at their normal speed, and just moving the ball and just controlling the ball. And I think them two alone would do great. Which Braden Smith right now is averaging 40 minutes per game, which is crazy to think of. That's a lot.
That's the whole game.
Yeah, but
right? Is it not? Isn't that the whole game? They would play 2 20-minute halves, right?
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the whole game.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
So the only
both
time
games
he's
you
taking
played the whole
breaks
game.
is so the only time he's taking breaks is when it's a timeout and commercial break.
Yeah, and what really
That's
stands out to me,
crazy.
Trey over here, he's gotten 15 rebounds against McNeese with 22 points. I mean, if Purdue wants to stay in this game with Houston, they're really going to have to attack the boards. They need their bigs to play well and score in the paint, and then, just attack the boards like crazy. If you can get offensive rebounds and obviously defensive rebounds, but offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities against this tough Houston defense, that would be one way definitely to slow down Houston. But
So Garrett, you got one in this game?
I like Houston for sure. I got Houston going far in this tournament. So give me Houston.
Not so fast.
Houston for me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the red. You got to go with the red team at this point, guys. One of them's going to win the Natty. Like, come on.
Fair enough. But yeah, Dad, you got Houston as well.
Yeah, I got Houston right there.
Yeah, we're going to go with the in-state team, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Texas team, baby.
All right, Kyle, let's hear.
Time to jump on to the last game we're going to talk about tonight, I believe. Yeah.
What's the last match?
Yeah, okay. So the last matchup. So we got number 3 Kentucky versus number 2 Tennessee. Yeah, nah. This Kentucky team has really shocked me because I didn't really think that they were going to be this good. I know Kentucky's always decent every year. They're always decently good. But I just felt like Kentucky was not going to make it this far. I feel like they would have been a team that would have definitely choked and lost. I thought they would have been one of the teams for sure that would have messed it up. But yeah, no, they've been doing phenomenal. Kentucky's been doing great. They've only been allowing 7.5 turnovers per game. Let's see, what else is there? They're averaging 22.5 points off of turnovers, which is crazy to think of. So they're doing great by turning over the ball and getting down the court and just scoring and just putting up some great points. They're having 20.5 assists per game, so they're definitely having great teamwork and great movement of the ball and just giving everybody chances to score, in which it sounds like from all the chances that they're getting that they're putting up some great numbers. And this Kentucky team is on a roll, I think. They're doing phenomenal. Gary, you got anything to say about this Kentucky team?
Yeah. What really stood out to me, looking over some of their stats and everything, some of their strengths. I mean, they got 9.5 steals per game, and then taking advantage of that and scoring 22.5 points off of turnovers is insane. And they're doing a good job of protecting the ball on the other end, where they're keeping it down to only 7.5 turnovers. I mean, that's great stat. Yeah, this Kentucky team really surprised me. I think they got hot at the right time, and they're playing really well at the moment. I mean, they took care of business against Troy pretty easily, and then they handled Illinois without a hiccup. I mean, it was 84-75, which is a little closer, but I think watching that game a little bit, I mean, they took care of business and they had control of that game for the most part. So this Kentucky team caught hot. I think in the tournament, they're cooking right now, and yeah, no, I'm very impressed with how well they've been playing how well their defense has been playing. I think their defense has really stepped up big in the tournament. So I'm very impressed with so far. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
all.
their efficiency, yeah, their efficiency with the ball is just great. Not allowing much turnovers and just great ball control overall for them. And I think that's what's really helping them out. And definitely going down the court off of turnovers and just making points, that is probably very good for phenomenal for them. But yeah, we could step on and talk about this Tennessee and Orange. Talk about Tennessee.
Dang Tennessee team.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You want to lead us?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Go
Why
for
not? From the field. Yeah, I mean they're shooting decent. Free throw shooting was good, averaging 77.85% from the free throw line. That's pretty good percentage there. Um, Playing well in the paint. You know, they're averaging 15 assists per game, so solid. Definitely for me, it's like they're having a strong shooting. Like Tennessee was a very physical team, very strong defensive team to me. So being able to translate that to still playing solid defense in the tournament, and then they're also able to score. They're also able to create turnovers, and then they're also just playing as a team overall just very well. And so that's kind of how I see this Kentucky team or this Tennessee team. I mean, they only had six turnovers in the first game, but they had 18 in the second. So Tennessee's got to do a better job of taking care of the ball on the offensive side. But their defense is still what I like. I like their style of basketball just because how physical they play and how hard it is for other teams to keep up with this Tennessee team. So yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
Oh yeah. Tennessee is just phenomenal. Their defense is great. It's just I would say the only thing is for Tennessee, better ball control, like less turnovers, and they'll definitely maybe come out with the win.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I like this Tennessee team for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean, they took care of business. They beat these teams in this first round pretty handily. And where they were in control of the game. And UCLA was definitely not an easy team to beat coming off that early in the tournament. So I think they played very well. They took care of business.
Tennessee has their key player. I think is phenomenal. This Chaz. God, I'm so bad at names, so I'm just gonna slaughter it either way. So I'm gonna say Lanier.
I think it's Lanier, but
Lanier. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. Yeah, no, he's been phenomenal. He's averaging 35 minutes per game, and then he put up against UCLA, which I was shocked when UCLA went out because I was like, who beat UCLA? Because they have a tall dude that would just stand there and just catch the ball and just put it in the rim, which I was just like, this is not even allowed. Put him in the NBA already. I was like, who's going to beat this team with somebody that big? Like, this is unfair. But I guess a good Tennessee team that can put up points and stay out of the paint probably and force them to go outside more probably helped out a lot for Tennessee to win that game. But I was very shocked when they lost because I thought UCLA had some weapons, especially in the paint, for sure. I was shocked to see that loss. But, yeah, this Chaz has been doing great. He put up 29 points in the first game, and then he put up 20 points against UCLA, which he's been doing phenomenal. 80%. He's been shooting 80% from the three-point line. Or he did 80% in the three-point line against UCLA, which is phenomenal. And then he shot for his free throws. He had 100% shooting. But yeah.
Dang.
So what, Garrett?
Yeah.
What do you got for that game?
I'll tell you what. I'll go with the SEC team. No, I'm just kidding. They're both in the SEC. No, I
Wait,
like
what?
Tennessee in this game. Yeah, Tennessee and Kentucky. Yeah, I like Tennessee in this game. I think Kentucky, yeah, like I said, Kentucky got hot in this tournament. They've been playing really well. I just don't think they'll be able to match the physicality and how overall complete this Tennessee team is. I think it's going to be this one's going to be a close game. I think this might be the closest game out of the Sweet 16. I mean, you got two good defenses, two solid programs, two solid physical, fundamentally strong basketball teams going at it. But I think Tennessee's got a little bit of the upper hand. What do you think? What do you think, Dad?
Hey.
Hey, I'm looking
Dad, go.
at Kentucky, a blue blood, and this would be, I think, an upset. You know,
Yeah, I think the favorite.
I know that
Tennessee right now.
you know they're 2 and 3 in the seeding, but they're going to come out strong for Kentucky. I just had that great feeling. You know, they're great.
Yeah, now Garrett, you blew my mind.
It's in a Kellogg's commercial.
There we go. Hey, and we're not sponsoring anybody out here.
Oh yeah, my
Or we
fault.
don't have any sponsors.
Yeah, we ain't got
That's
no
crazy.
copyright.
Yeah. Well,
No,
were you saying,
I
Kyle?
was gonna say Garrett blew my mind. I was literally about to be like SEC, but I was like, oh wait, they're both in the SEC.
They're both in the
Yeah.
I was
SEC,
like, oh
man.
my god. But all I gotta say is, not so fast. I know it's not an upset, but I'm gonna go with Kentucky winning this game.
all right, there you
Kentucky
go,
winning.
Kyle.
I like Kentucky.
Ooh.
You can't sleep on Kentucky, man. Kentucky, Duke, any of them. You know they're always good.
Those are solid, and the blue bloods
And they
are
have
hard to
great-
go get, especially
Yeah.
this deep in the tournament.
Yep.
Give
But
me the
I got
Vols.
Kentucky.
The Vols are going to tear down some goalposts soon enough. No.
Hey, they're gonna take it down to They're gonna take it down to the river.
Oh, yeah. Take it down to the lake, man.
I thought they're in. Are they in Chattahoochee
Nah.
or no? Or am I thinking
Knoxville.
the wrong place?
Knoxville,
Oh
Kyle.
yeah, that's where it's at. That's what I said.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yeah. I guess the next segment we'll do the Final Four, maybe. No.
Yeah, we could talk about. We can kind of go through individually, like Kyle. We want to hear about how you got the rest of these picks, and how do you feel like the rest of the tournament's going to go with some of these teams.
Oh God, I got Tech going all the way for sure. They're my number one pick.
I got Houston going all the way.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
I
of
got
course
Houston
you do.
as well going all the way.
Yeah. I mean, I think
But yeah,
Tech's going to be, right there. So I don't know if they get in the Final Four or not. They may get the Elite Eight, but I don't see them really being in the championship game.
Hey,
yeah. So
I'd like
like-
to. Sorry.
What are you saying, Kyle? No, you're good.
I was gonna say, y'all got enough. Y'all want to open up the floor and see if anybody wants to ask any questions or what their beliefs are for the rest of the tournament or anything?
Or-
Yeah, if anyone wants to chime in, then,
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I got.
Anything important?
You remember Cooper talking about Caleb Love, right? Well, he said that Cooper Love had 22 points against Duke when he was at UNC. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, we got a little outside stats coming in.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear. Okay.
They hit he hit a dagger, 3 to end the game.
Wow.
So he got the 3 to win it. So
Yeah, no. Well, okay. So the rest of the tournament. So I got for sure. I got Texas Tech and I got
All right, well-
Duke going all the way.
Okay, well, we all said, Auburn would beat Michigan. And did we pick? I had Michigan State beating Ole Miss. Did y'all have y'all had Ole Miss, huh?
Yeah, I think
I had
did.
Ole Miss.
Oh wait,
All right, so
let me
who do
go
you
look.
Let me go look. Let's go
Yeah,
back
no,
to the
yeah,
report.
No, I got Ole-
Miss.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss.
So who do you think is going to come out of Auburn and Ole Miss?
Auburn.
Make it to the final. Auburn, I would agree. See, I have Auburn and Mississippi State, and then I would have now Auburn going to the Final Four. All right, what do we all say? Florida over Maryland, huh?
Yes.
No.
Except for Cooper, right?
Yeah,
he was like,
yeah,
Cooper
Daddy
said
Cooper
Maryland.
Talking about Maryland. And then
Turpin.
we all had Tech. So this is the game I would be very interested to see in the Elite Eight. Is I want to see Texas Tech and Florida, because I think whoever wins that game is going to have a very good shot of getting to the championship and playing for a championship. So this Texas Tech Florida game is a tough one.
Yeah.
I actually have Florida making the Final Four and beating Tech.
Me too.
But I hope not. I hope I'm wrong on that one for Tech's sake. But
hey,
I have
all I was gonna say in this segment was, if Tech wins it all, I'm gonna live stream me going to hang out and asking fans question around campus, and I'll show you all the madness, the real madness on campus. A little live action, right?
That'd be great.
Live action. Yeah, all right, you better.
That would be fun, but I just don't want to be caught up in the fire and the couches going up in flames, the whole campus in flames. Nah. But they're in a river around here to throw a goalpost in, so we're gonna have to find somewhere to throw it. No, we can just throw it in the highway.
Sand.
We can throw it in the highway that's dug down. Yeah, but no, that's one thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, water fountain.
That's wild, but that's what I think that I would do if Tech won. I would go live and show you all the madness.
Appreciate it. That's part of the deal. All right,
if they make it,
if they make it, that's a big if. They got to get through Arkansas and Florida. So,
I was going to talk about Arkansas. For some weird reason, Arkansas popped back in front of my head. I was like, I hate to do it in a way, but I believe Arkansas could go pretty on a deep run here. They've been looking phenomenal.
Yeah, but they got to play Tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I know. I'm rooting for Tech, but deep down, or not deep down, but like, I don't know. Tech always wants to sit down to somebody else's level, and I know they're way better than that, but then they always blow it. Like, sometimes can't do that. You got to
we'll be
rise
hopeful.
above it. Yeah.
Half of our job here on the show is to hype up teams, so we're here to hype up Tech.
Yeah.
Like they do,
we
like
were
the
with
do all the time.
McNeese.
Yeah, like I am with me.
So
I knew that.
All right, well, let's talk about Duke and Arizona. We all said Duke, right?
Duke.
Yes, I have Duke going.
All right, and then BYU and Alabama. I said Alabama. Bama. Yeah. So who's going to win between Duke and Alabama?
Duke.
Yeah, see, right now, I think Duke's got the better team, but in my original bracket, I actually had Alabama upsetting Duke, so I think it'll be close. I think Alabama could. The way Duke out, it's going to be tough, but I would still take Bama.
All right, Garrett. Not so fast, but we're in basketball season, not football season. No, I'm joking. This ain't football, bro. No. Nick Saban is not on this basketball team.
Well, he's not on the football team anymore either. Dude, what are you talking about? Nick Saban recruited these basketball players. No.
Yeah, they play football and basketball. What are you talking about? God.
Oh. Who else we got? Okay, and we all said Houston over Purdue, right?
Yes.
All right, and y'all said Kentucky. I said Tennessee. So who would y'all got going to the Final Four out of that? Houston or Kentucky?
Oh, I have Houston.
Right?
Houston.
Yeah, I have Houston going to the Final
Four.
Four.
We all put number ones, almost, except for one that didn't make it is Florida that I have. Making it to the Final Four.
Right. I did.
Right now it would be Houston, Auburn, Florida, and then I have Alabama beat Duke. And then I'm still back with I still think it'll be Florida and Houston in the national championship game, where Houston will be cutting down the nets. That's my prediction.
Oh yeah.
I got Houston winning the whole dang thing. Kyle, what does your final the championship game look like for you? Who do you got in the championship?
Tech.
Duke versus Texas Tech.
Yeah,
Duke and Texas Tech. Okay.
Yeah. Our two
wondering.
NFL prospects versus Cooper Flag.
You didn't have two Texas teams in there, man. You didn't have Houston and Tech. That would be cool. I would support that.
I have Houston losing to Duke.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if Tech can keep it together, and play this out. But yeah, I see. Even though I picked Maryland over Florida, that's more of a hope and a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
But if Florida does get past Maryland, they'll probably get past Tech. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said last week, I feel like this year's the good teams are legit good teams. I think they're tough to beat. This is why I don't think we've seen as many upsets as some of the years before, and that's kind of why we all have all these number one seeds going to the Final Four. Because I mean, it's just these good teams are just they're heading, like I said last week, they're head and shoulders above a lot of these other teams. So I think they're gonna continue to dominate and keep winning games. There's been a couple scares like Florida, Alabama. Even the first round was a little closer than they wanted. But yeah, Duke. I mean, they've taken care of business. So yeah, that's my take on the tournament. But it's been very exciting though. And we'll look forward to this next round of 16 to see what kind of matchups and if any possible upsets, and see if Texas Tech or Houston can make it all the way to the end here.
Yeah, I was gonna mention earlier or just now what you were talking about upsets, and I was like, I hate to go back to football, but I feel like there was more upsets in football than there is in March Madness this year, or just more in basketball this year. I was like, it's crazy to think of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with NIL. A lot of these bigger schools, a lot of these dominant basketball programs are starting to get more and more of the better prospects across the board. So we're going to kind of start seeing a trend of where the good teams stay really good, and then the bad teams have a lot harder time to upset some of these really good teams. But, that's just my opinion with NIL and transfer portals. But we'll see. I saw the transfer portal right now has the most athletes in it for college basketball on day. I think they had, what was it, 500 college? It was either 500 or 5,000 basketball athletes in the transfer portal on day one. Wow. It's insane.
God.
I think it was at least 500. It was an insane stat. So the transfer portal is changing a lot in the NCAA, and so the NCAA is going to need to change some of their rules. But anyways, that's a topic for another day.
All right.
Yeah, that's another day. All right, so
no.
Dad, has anybody commented anything or no?
Let me go back. I haven't seen any updated. I refreshed it, and nothing updated. So,
all right. Nobody wants to ask any questions or anything. No.
Yeah, class. I think that's about it.
About that time, boys.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about the Final Four possibly next week.
Yeah. Wednesday night at hopefully around 8-ish. We can get everything working.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to throw out something. I just want to throw it out there. I don't know if we're going to do it or not, but I just wanted to throw out that I kind of want to put y'all on a new sport, and I wanted to talk about maybe we'll do a little segment where we talk about some sport. We'll talk about a sport every once in a while, different sports throughout. But I kind of want to put you on I know a lot of people don't play hockey and skate here, and we don't see much snow here, but I wanted to talk about the playoffs for hockeys, and we could do a bracket and everything because they have brackets for the playoffs. And maybe we could sit down and just discuss about a few things, and then that's about it for hockey, and just talk about hockey. And then me and Garrett talked about maybe we could talk about, I know a lot of y'all probably aren't into watching circles all day long, but we could talk about NASCAR.
Watching circles? It's watching drivers driving.
Turn left.
You know what I meant.
Turn left.
They go fast and let
fast.
Yeah, but no, we talked about maybe doing a little segment talking about NASCAR and stuff, but it's just a little something maybe. If y'all enjoy this kind of stuff.
I know we keep up with NASCAR, so we'd love to do a little bit of NASCAR. We might plan on going to the NASCAR race whenever they're at Texas Motor Speedway in Dallas. Maybe we'll have a little live show before the race starts and whatnot. But yeah, we're just kind of feeling things out, seeing how things go during the summer and talking about all these other sports. Because I know during the fall, I think we want to plan on having a weekly show and talk a lot of college football. But anyways, that's for a later future and planning and whatnot.
Hey, college football is where it's at. Like me and Garrett alone could sit here, and Dad could sit here and talk about college football for hours.
Yeah,
but I don't want to talk anybody's ears off. I know Dad likes to, but hey, I don't know about me. But we could sit here and we could chat all day long about football because all levels too. It doesn't even matter because I love football. So it's like, especially when you're raised in Texas, like especially sports.
Cooper Newman says Arizona over Duke, which we already.
Yeah, we discussed.
What? No.
Actually, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But no, a big shout out to Mr. Dietert over there, our father. Thank you for allowing us to do this and do the management and production of this all. So
sure.
He's
messed up a few times.
If anyone would like to catch out his other broadcasts, he does a lot of the Navarro Panther athletic games, on the Navarro Panther Network.
Yep,
right.
Navarro Panther.
Yeah, Navarro Panther Network. Check him out. He's got great graphics. He makes it entertaining, and he does this all for enjoyment, and so we love supporting him and thanking him. Oh yeah, he's got it all. Better than ESPN
amazing
Plus.
graphics. Yeah, I was about to say better than ESPN. His graphics are phenomenal.
Not quite there yet.
His keys to his success is awesome.
A lot of good students too.
Yeah, and a lot of the great students. Well, the difference in budget kind of makes it a little difficult for you, Dad. But yeah, no, you do great. So we really appreciate it all that you do.
Sure, no problem.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
And,
well, Kyle,
take us home.
I just want to thank all the viewers and everybody that's been watching the show and just been keeping up and just all the support. Really, yeah. The last video we posted on Facebook, it got over 838 views. Which is phenomenal for a first time, just doing our first show, just opening up to everybody and just trying to, we're just trying to, put some sports out there for y'all to, listen to and just get to know more of. And just, I just thank everybody for supporting us and tuning in and just, even if you watched it for a little bit, it was at least y'all, put your time in, even if you were busy or even if you just put your time in just to watch us I just thank that for y'all and thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I agree. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, thank y'all. All right. Well, that does it for the Triple D Hot Takes. Yeah, as we had talked about the Sweet 16 brackets. So, all right. Well, that's it. And we'll get out of here. Good night, everyone.
Hi, good night.
Kyle's